This
remember,
conference will now be recorded.
in case if I'm not recording this session or forgot to record it, please remind me. Okay, it's your responsibility to do that. Okay, so anything that you could remember from yesterday, guys? Anything that you could remember from yesterday? Again, this what a this is a very, very important thing, like a little recap that we are doing, right? It is very, very important. Anything that you could remember from yesterday, very, very important. Okay, I want you to
What is
remember
this?
everything. Okay, GUI, graphical user interface, wonderful. Okay, the screen that you're seeing in front of you, that is nothing but a GUI. Okay, somebody was unmuted themselves and spoke. Okay, please let me know. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yesterday we discussed about design phase, high level design and low level design, and their senior architect will involve in that one. Low level design, technical lead and development lead, they will involve how they will do the modules and all. Yesterday we were discussed about those things.
Wonderful. So when they broke it down and start, creating these modules. Okay. So do they use anything for that when they do the modules? Do they do some diagrams with the help of some diagrams? They break it down
UML,
into modules.
by using
Okay.
UML they will do that module. They will convert in. They will divide into the modules.
Wonderful, wonderful. Is there any phase you look at? There should be something output of it. Okay, so they put so much effort, so much money into it. Okay, how money? Because you are paying the salaries, and those guys are working on it. They are spending the time, so they're spending. You're spending the money. I mean, the company. When I said you, the company is spending the money. So there should be some output, right? You're preparing for the exams. There should be some output. Yes, marks are the output. Similarly, they have put so much efforts into it. The chief architect, the technical managers, the developers, what is the output of this particular phase? Okay, wonderful, Jyoti. T, technical design document, TDD. So what is there in the TDD, guys? Can somebody tell me? Okay, so the information about the modules. Okay, information about the sub modules. Okay, using the UML diagram, obviously. Okay, and then is there something else on that one, on the TDD? Oh, my screen is not. Oh my God. Okay, okay. Sorry. Somebody should tell me that. Okay, I was thinking that my screen is being displayed. Okay, I've been typing it. Okay, fine, not an issue. Somebody at least care to bring it up. Okay, so and then other than that, what else? What is there in this document? When you open this document, what do you get to see that? Okay, let's say this chief architect has created this TDD and shared to you. You are the tester, you are the manual tester. So when you open this document, what is that you get to see in this document? Yes, the information about modules, submodules, which is drawn using the UML. Wonderful, Jai Krishna. That's what I'm expecting. Pseudo code is also available on this particular, or supposed to be as a part of TDD. You can say that, Kumar sir, I am working as a manual tester. I went to this TDD, I've opened it, it is not there. Yeah, it is supposed to be there. That's what I'm saying. Some companies, hang on, guys. There's a lot of noise. There's something happening here. Hang on, just give me one moment. Are you able to hear that background noise? There seems to be some siren going on in the outside. Are you able to hear that, guys? Is that a disturbance? No. Wonderful. Okay,
No,
then I
no.
can.
No, sir.
Super. Okay, wonderful. I have this noise cancellation headphones. It looks like they are doing a good job. Okay, so the pseudocode is part of that particular thing. Okay, wonderful. Okay, so now that was the design phase, and after that, what is that we were discussing? Hang on, just give me one moment. Yeah, you can go ahead. Somebody wants to talk about it. Yeah, after that, once the pseudocode is done, we have to convert that into actual code. How that pseudocode will be converted to the actual code or the source code, using in the coding phase. Wonderful. Okay, the coding phase. Okay, superb. So in the coding phase, the developers, who is involved? The developers are involved. Okay, so developers. Okay, so let's say developer one got submodule 1, 2, 3. So he will be start coding using that pseudo code. He will be writing the code. Let's say Java is the selected programming language. Using that, he will be creating the code, or he will be writing the piece of code, or he will be coding. Okay, simple, you can say that he will be coding using the programming language called Java. So the pseudo code, which is in the English language, now will be converted to a Java code, which we call it as a source code. What do we call this as? Source code. Okay, wonderful, wonderful guys. Okay, superb. So that is done. And what is the output of this coding phase? Yeah, the actual code, the source code that is developed, that is the output of this particular phase. Okay, wonderful. Okay, any questions here, guys? While writing the code, any coding standards are required?
Yes, sir.
I'm just, yeah,
Chief architect will define the standards.
wonderful. May not be chief architect, okay, maybe chief architect, but the company will have the coding standards. Okay, usually somebody like a chief architect who is there on the bigger positions, they are the ones who define the coding standards. Okay, otherwise the company itself will have some coding standards. Okay, again, that is something that is debatable as to who will define it, but there will be definitely a coding standards using which the developer has to write the code. Okay, now let's come to the next phase. What is the next phase, guys?
Testing phase.
Okay, the testing phase. This is where all of you have joined the class will be involved. Okay, so Kumar sir, please tell me what is that? Okay, what is that? What is that we will be doing as a part of the coding phase? 1 minute, guys, 1 minute. Okay, just give me one moment. There's an important call which came.
Jasper, please turn off your video and audio. Jasper, please.
Oh, Jasper. Okay, Jasper, I think Jasper, please turn off your webcam, brother, because the video, the recorded video will be spoiled because of that. Okay, please turn off your webcam. Okay. So Divya says I'm not audible. Okay, so Divya, if she's not audible, obviously she cannot hear me. Let me type that. Okay, @Divya, please try to join from mobile phone also. Okay, so that you can hear from mobile. Okay, so that's the best I can do for Divya. Okay, anyways, so let's go back to our class. Testing phase. So Kumar sir, now this is what my interest is, because I came to this class to become a manual tester or a tester. So tell me what actually happens in the testing phase. Okay, so what actually happens in the testing phase? Okay, before going to this testing phase, what actually happens, I will tell you. In most of the companies, not all of the companies, again, these things will change, but I'll try to explain. Okay, once the BRS document is ready, okay, this is the outcome of the first phase. Okay, the initial phase or the requirement gathering phase. Okay, so what happens is, okay, this document goes to two people. Okay, two teams. The first team is the development team. Okay, the document goes immediately to the development team. Okay, and also development team, and also the same document, okay, goes to the testing team as well. Okay, testing team as well. Okay, now we will be, as a development team, the developers will be studying this document. As a testing team, the testing team will be studying this document and try to get as much understanding as possible as we are going through. Okay, at some point, okay, the second phase is already started. As we are going through, the second phase is what? Analysis phase. In this analysis phase, who is involved? Who is involved, guys? Business system analyst is involved. What do they prepare? Okay, SRS document is prepared. Okay, so SRS document is the conversion of the business language into the system language. So as we are going through, okay, parallelly this work is also going on. So somewhere, probably 15 days or 20 days, this document will be out as well. So both the teams will be receiving this document as well. So once this document is received, then we will be more ready, and both the activities will be started, development activity as well as the testing activity. But development activity will be much more predominant after the third phase, okay, which is the design phase, because that's when then the pseudocode will be developed. So once the SRS document is created, so the development team, which is the chief architect and all that, will be going into this design phase, going into the design phase, okay, and then they will be preparing the pseudocode, then they will be going to the coding phase, and they will be preparing the actual code. Okay, so simultaneously or parallelly, okay, let's say this I'll give you with the dates. Okay, let's say the BRS document is done by February, okay, February 28th. Okay, so on February 28th, both the development team and the testing team got this document. Okay, they will try to understand as much as possible. They will have a review call with the business analyst or a walkthrough with the business analyst. Both the teams will be available. Okay, so let's say there are 10 developers or 15 testers are there. Typically one developer should need 2 testers. That's how the industry standard. But will the company hire that way? I don't know. It totally depends on the company, but generally that's what is the generic standards is what people say. Let's say there are 10 developers, which means that there will be 20 testers. So all the 30 people will be put into the room, and the business analyst will be walking through this particular document called PRS document. Development team, whatever the doubts they have, they will be asking the business analyst. Testing team will, whatever the doubts they have, they will be asking the business analyst. Okay, the business analyst will try to answer all the questions. Okay, then they will be going through the documents and all that, trying to understand more. And on the Feb 28th, the business system analyst will also attend this. Okay, I forgot, this guy also attends this meeting. Then he will be start converting this business documents into the system requirements. Okay, the business requirements into the system requirements. Let's say he has taken 15 days. So by March 15th, okay, March 15th, we have the SRS document ready. Now in March 15th, both the testing team and the development team will get the SRS documents. Okay, March 15th. Okay, now this is when, okay, our testing team and development will take the things little seriously, because they got the SRS document, which is what they need. And the development team immediately go to the design force, create the UML module, so pseudocode and all that. Testing team will also start its activity. Okay, testing team will also start its activity. Let's discuss what kind of work the testing team will do. But development team, we know what they will do. Okay, they go into the design force, create the pseudocode. After that, the developers will be creating the source code in the coding phase. We know that. Okay, but the testing team, what is that they will do? We will look into it. Okay, what is that they will do? We'll look into it. So this is March 15th, na? Okay, so March 15th, the development team will go into the design phase. I think March 15th means April 15th or March 30th, this phase will be done. Let's assume, just I'm giving the ballpark numbers. The design phase will be done, which means that the pseudo code will be ready by March 30. Then the coding phase will start from April 1st. And usually they will take 1 month or 2 months or whatever it is. Let's say they have taken 2 months. So April 1st to, okay, April 1st to, okay, April 1st, May 1st, June 1st. Okay, so June 1st they will be completing the coding phase. Okay, so let's assume this is the timelines, brother. So the developers got the pseudocode on April 1st. They will be completing the coding by June 1st. Let's assume these are the tentative dates or whatever the dates. Are these like realistic dates? Something close to realistic based on my experience. Okay, now the testing team who got the SRS documents on March 15th will also start the testing activities. Okay, now I have a question, guys. I have a question. Okay, unless the source code is ready, only after the coding phase is done, which is what, June 1st, that's when the source code is ready. Only then the source code is ready, then you can do testing, you can do the testing on it. Do you agree with me, guys? Only the source code is ready. Only when the source code is ready, your application is ready. Only when the application is ready, you can do some testing. Okay, so when you can actually do the testing? After June 1st. Okay, after June 1st. Okay, I'm making the statement. Tell me if this is correct or not. Only after the source code is ready, your application is ready. Only after the application is ready, then you can do some testing on it. Do you agree with me or not? Do you agree with me or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful, guys. Okay, I want all the 61 members to respond, guys, please. Okay, you see, I know I'll put my best. Okay, whenever I take the trainings, right, I'll put my best. Try to give you the best. But what I need from you is the answers, the energies. Okay, I might not say that, oh Rohit, you have given the answer, thank you. Pratibha, you have given the answer, thank you. I cannot say that, but I'll be watching continuously. My chat window is always on. I'll be checking like who is giving the answers. Okay, so I want all the 61 members to answer it. Okay, so what I'm saying is, okay, so your design phase is done by March 30. Okay, then the coding phase is the next phase where it starts on April 1st, and they usually take 1-2 months. So by June 1st your code is ready. Source code means the application. Only when the source code is ready, the application is ready. Only the application is ready, then you can do testing on something on that. Okay, for example, I have asked you to, you know, test the genes. You remember, we remember the genes that we spoke about. Yeah, so the genes, you have to test the genes. Okay, how much is the waist, how much is the height, are there holes at the right places, you have to test. But the genes itself is not ready. Genes will be ready on, okay, the pair of genes that I'm talking about will be ready on, okay, June 1st. Okay, so only after June 1st you can take that pair of genes, and then you can start testing it. Okay, when I say testing it, length is supposed to be 34, the waist is supposed to be 34, is it 34 inches or not? The height is supposed to be 56 inches, is it 56 or not? The hole is should be around the knee area, is the hole will be there or not? The hole should be 3 centimeters, it is there or not? All that you can test it only if that pair of genes is there in your hand. Otherwise there is nothing you can do as a testing team. Similarly, only after the coding is done, the product is ready. When I said the product is ready, the source code is ready, or the application is ready, only after the testing is done. But Kumar sir, you are telling me that in March 15th itself, after the SRS document, the testing team will be doing the work, or the testing starts. Okay, without the product, what kind of testing we will start? Is my question valid, guys? Without the actual product, okay, only after the source code is ready, then the product is ready. That is done, that is being done in June 1st. So in March 15th, before the product itself is ready, what kind of work we will do? Is that a logical question, guys, whatever I'm asking?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
If
sir.
there
Yes,
is no product, what we will test?
what we will test, right? So try to understand, okay, what we will be testing. Okay, first is, before testing, the important thing for a testing team is to understand the SRS document. So what is that application? What are the requirements? Okay. Uh, okay, there is some background noise. Guys, please mute yourself. Okay, please mute yourself. Okay, somebody was unmuted. Okay, so Vamshi Arava, okay, please mute yourself. Okay, I'm muting you, don't worry. Okay, wonderful. Okay, so the testing team, to do the proper testing, first is what the testing has to happen. Okay, as per the requirements. Okay, the testing has to happen as per the requirements. This is what we have learned the first day. Okay, requirement. Okay, what you think is not right, what is there as a part of the requirement, that is right. So the testing needs to happen, okay, as per the requirement. This is mandatory. So for that to happen, as a tester, you need to understand the requirements thoroughly. Okay, again, please ignore the spelling mistakes if there is anything. Okay, so first you need to understand the requirements thoroughly. That is the first thing. So as soon as you receive the SRS documents, okay, okay, sorry guys, so there was a call. So as you receive the SRS document, okay, which is on March 15th, you have both the documents, BRS document and SRS document. One business requirement can have multiple system requirements. One, I mean, for two business requirements, there could be one system requirement. That case also is there. Okay, that is a different story. But we, one second, guys. So Shailaja, I'm in a meeting. Can I call you a little later, please? Yeah, thank you. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, so yeah, so first we will try to understand the business requirements. You open the document, then we'll try to understand the SRS document. Now I have a question, guys. So there are 20 testers. Let's say this project has 20 testers. Okay, so 20 testers. Okay, you are one of them, okay. You have some questions, you are going through this SRS documents. Okay, you have some question now. Okay, कुछ समझ में नहीं आया उसमें. What is that you will do? Think logically. I haven't covered that in the class. Think logically and tell me what is that you do. Okay, wonderful. Sachin has only one person has answered this. Only one person. Prashanti, I'll come to that. Okay, before the source code, we have to write the test cases. I understand. Okay, but that is not covered. I never told you that, before the, we'll write the test cases after the source code. Okay, I told you that the development team has started this work on March 15th. Okay, so the work will go on till June 1st, and the testing team also started the work on March 15th. I am telling you what will happen parallelly, but what you said is absolutely right, Prashanti. But please wait for the whole, for my whole thing to be completed. Then you can, then you can, what do you say, like, start make, I mean, if you have any questions or if you think that there is a discrepancy, please bring it up. But Prashanti, whatever you told me is absolutely right. I'll be coming to that point. Okay, but once I start introducing the words like test cases, a lot of people here will get lost. So they will be totally overwhelmed, confused. Already some of the people are telling me, sir, you are teaching too much technical and all that. Okay, so I'll come to that, Prashanti, but what you said is absolutely right. Okay, so there are 4 people, only 5 people have answered. Okay, one is Sachin, Pratibha, Aruna, and Koteshwar. What about others? I am asking you a simple question. You are the tester, one of the tester. While going through this SRS, BRS documents, BRD or BRS, SRS or SRD documents, you are going through, you got a doubt. What will you do? Okay, Divya says, wonderful answer, Divya. We'll check with other testers. Okay, because they're all your friends. Okay, I'll tell you what happens. Okay, in the interview, will they ask the question or not? I don't know, but I worked in a realistic environment. What I do, I'm trying to tell you. Okay, that is the basic thing, na? Why you go to the business analyst? Business analyst will be sitting in another floor altogether, might be sitting in another building. Okay, in the company that I used to work with, there are 3 buildings. So my business analyst, only when there are meetings I used to see her. Otherwise, it's completely another business. Don't think that, it is like your friend and business analyst will be sitting next to you and every time you can go talk to her. Okay, I'm just asking. May not be possible, because think realistically. The realistic people is all the testing team will be sitting together. You will be asking the other testers. Okay, they might be knowing, they might not be knowing. Some of them will be smart. They'll say that, oh Divya, this is what it is, I think your understanding is wrong. Okay, this is what it is. And then you logically think, oh, is this right? Okay, fine, then you go ahead. But none of your 19 testers know it. Then what you will do? Think logically. Okay, and tell me. Any answer is accepted, guys. Any answer is accepted. Shirin Khan says developer. Good guess. No, because developers, you don't want to talk to the developers. I'll tell you later. Team lead, wonderful. Your testing team has something called a test lead. Okay, like development team has a dev lead. Why don't the testing team has a test lead? Yes, we have a test lead. Then you go talk to the test lead. Okay, talk to test lead. But what happens is test lead is also new to the project only, because all of you got the SRS, BRD documents. All of you have attended the same meeting which the business analyst went through, and then there could be another meeting after the SRS document is received, and the BSA will be giving that. So all of you, you have attended same meeting. He might have the knowledge, he might not have the manage. Let's say you have 5 questions, 3 questions. 1 question your other testers have cleared it. 2 questions your test lead has cleared it. But you still have more questions. What do you do now? You go to the PM and TM. Okay, project managers, I'm telling you that managers are really managers. Okay, they don't really get into the technical aspects. Only thing they think about is how to manage the team, how to delegate the work, how to make sure the things are done on time, how to make sure the things are submitted as per the deadline. Okay, the documents have been created. That kind of work they will do, but they will not try to understand each and everything. So PM and TM are the last people that you want to go to. Okay, TM is the technical manager. Okay, they will not even, you as a tester will not have access to the developers that much. definitely the dev lead and technical manager as a friend. If you made it, then you can go talk to him. But generally on an official what do you say capacity, if you are going, they will say, okay, go to your TL, why are you coming to me? They might even say us that, okay, we should bring our questions to our TL, we will check with the BA and get the solution. Okay, wonderful guys. So most of the things are whatever you said is right. Generally what happens in the real world is you check with the fellow testers, otherwise you go to the test lead, but nothing is there. Then what I used to do is, okay, I used to do is then as I've told you, my BA, you know, they are very hard to get hold of them, is to send out the email saying that I have some clarity, I need some clarity on that, this is what it is, this is what it is. So they used to send out an email saying that this is the clarity. Okay, that is what I used to do. Okay, because in my team there were only few testers and everybody used to work with their own capacities, saying that, okay, Kumar, you got the module 1, and let's say Shirin Khan is my team, fellow tester, she get the module 2. Jagdish is another tester who got the module 3. So I will be focusing on my module, Shirin will be focusing on her module, Jagdish will be focusing on his modules. Test lead will have overall idea on all the modules. Okay, wonderful. So what happens is, generally what should happen in my company, okay, what I used to do is send out an email to the BA saying that, boss, dear Lynn, her name was Lynn, dear Lynn, I have some clarity on this one, this is what my understanding is, please tell me if this is correct or not, wherein she will reply back and this is done, dusted. But what should happen generally, there is something called, or as per the process, what should happen, there is something called, okay, requirement, okay, clarification note. Okay, again I'm saying requirement clarification note. Okay, how do you, again we have a, as an IT guy, we try to shorten everything. Okay, this is RCN. Okay, requirement clarification note, okay. In this, okay, we have, let's say we have 20 testers, right? Whatever the doubts they have, all the 20 testers will be filling this document saying that I need more clarification on this requirement, I have more clarification on this requirement, I have more clarification on this requirement. Okay, so we have put all the 20 testers will put. Again, I told you what I have done. What should happen in the realistic, what should happen, as per the process, as for the software process, what should happen is, you talk to the testers, it is fine, talk to the lead, it is fine, send out the emails, it is fine. But as per the process, what should happen is, whoever the testers, whatever the doubts they have, they put everything in the RCN, requirement clarification note. Okay, all the doubts will be put into it by all the 20 testers. Okay, then the lead will send this RCN. Okay, lead will send this RCN, okay, to the author of the document. Who is the author of the document? Please tell me then, who is the author of the document? No, Radhika. Who is CA? Chief architect. Chief architect is involved in what? Design phase. Okay, what is his responsibility? To create a high level design document. Okay, high level designing, to create the modules and all that. Okay, but who is the author of this document? Okay, if the doubts are in BRS, you will be sending it to BA. If the doubts are in SRS, you will send it to the system analyst. Okay, system analyst, BSA. Okay, if the doubts, generally most of the times this is our Bible means this is where we look into, and most of the doubts go to the business system analyst, not to the BA, because BA is business requirement document is more on the business front, SRS document is more on the IT front. So most of the times the developers and the testers will look into the SRS. Okay, but again, I've done some projects where BRS we used to take it, we used to understand, based on that only we used to write, we used to follow. Okay, then all our doubts will go to the BA. But generally most of the projects, it's all the SRS document, so all the doubts will go to the business system analyst. Okay, are we clear guys? Now the business system analyst will choose to have a call and clear all the doubts, or reply back in an email saying that these are the doubts and this is the clarity on that. Okay, typically we as the testers request for a meeting, because only if there is a face-to-face meeting and when you are talking, then the doubts will be cleared much more easily. Okay, and sometimes the business system, they're busy and all that, and says, oh, why already I'm going through 10 meetings a day, one more meeting for you, no, I cannot join, I'll send out an email. Then we'll say, okay, send out the email, we'll try to understand. Again, I'm telling you what happens in the real world. Everything I'm trying to give the absolute clarity, guys. Okay, but again, Sir Kumar sir, I went to the project. In my project, there is an RCN, as you told. Okay, but there was a meeting, but you said that they reply back in an email, but here there is meeting happening. Yes, okay, there could be a meeting. The idea is all the doubts that you have needs to be clarified. How it is clarified, it depends on the company. Okay, if the BSA is a very very good lady or good person, then they immediately schedule the meeting, and then maybe on an online meeting, or there is a room that they meeting room that they book, and then clarify the doubts. Okay, it happens. It might be an online meeting, it could be a physical meeting in a meeting room, or they can just send out a email. It depends. Okay, it depends on the person, it depends on the situation, it depends upon the doubts or the questions that you have. Okay, but the idea is all the doubts needs to be clarified. All the doubts needs to be clarified. Okay, needs to be clarified. Okay, are we clear, guys? Are we clear, all of you? Wonderful. Now all the doubts are cleared. Instead of 20 testers, I'll use 3 testers because 20 is an overwhelming number. Let's put 3. Now all the 3 testers have their own work cut out. Okay, cut out means they have to do the work. Okay, so Kumar has his own work cut out, Syed Mirza has his own work cut out. Okay, Vinu Priya has her own work cut out. Clearly the lead will say, Vinu Priya, you do this module 4.5. Syed the Miraj says that you work on the module 1.2, and Kumar, you work on module 5.6. Okay, the work clearly is been given to each of the testers. Now all their doubts have been cleared. Now they will be writing something called test cases. Okay, again, Kumar sir, this test cases, very first time I'm hearing what is this test cases, how this is done, and all that. Just give me some time, I'll cover that. But right now, just understand that test cases is nothing but uh, this is used to test the application. Okay, test cases are nothing but it is something that is used to test the application. Again, in a very layman's language, is this the definition? No, 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 this is not the definition. I'll come to the definition, I'll give you the formal definition. I'm going to show you how the test case looks like. Okay, but just assume for now that okay, this is something using which we will actually test it. Okay, first, should I explain what is a test case and proceed further, because we are going through certain process here, you see. Okay, what I'm telling you is, as on March 15th you have received the SRS documents, then we are trying to understand the documents. You have doubts, you raise an RCN. In the RCN, the business system analyst or the business analyst, whoever it is, given the clarification. Now you start the testing process, okay. So should I continue these steps, or should I stop and explain the test cases? Please tell me. Okay, please tell me.
Sir,
Okay, should
explain
I
the test cases.
explain the test case? Number 1, no, continue with the process. I want to understand the end-to-end process first, then come back to the testing cases 2. Okay, please tell me, guys. Let's discuss the test cases, which is what is what which is 1. Okay, so, or continue with the process, which is 2. I want to hear from all of you.
Let's continue with the process and
Process.
then come
Okay,
back to test cases.
test cases. Okay, for now, assume that test cases are something using which we will be able to test the application. Okay, there are a lot of people said 2. Let me go with 2. If somebody has said 1, okay, you are the minority, so I'm sorry about it. Okay, so now, okay, the process is you start writing the test cases. Okay, writing the test cases. Test cases is nothing but, okay, what to test. Okay, what to test. Okay, and okay, just as what to test and how to test will be there in this test cases. Okay, so क्या test करना है और कैसे test करना है, उसमें test cases में रहता है. Okay, I'm telling you again, ఏమి టెస్ట్ చేయాలి, ఎలా టెస్ట్ చేయాలి అనేది టెస్ట్ కేసెస్ లో రాసుకుంటాం మనం. Okay, so that's what it is. So I know 3 languages. I'll try to repeat certain things which are very important in all the 3 languages. Okay, so you will be writing in the test cases. Again I'm saying, guys, don't get overwhelmed when I say test cases. What are test cases? Okay, what will be there in the test cases? Okay, what to test and how to test. Okay, so that's what will be there. Okay, so you start writing the test cases. Then okay, first step is understand the requirements. Okay, then requirements. Okay, then the second step is, okay, any doubts, RCN, you will raise it. Okay, third step is all the doubts will be cleared by the BSA or the business analyst. Fourth step is, okay, writing the test cases. Now the fifth step is actually testing the application, okay, using the test cases. Okay, testing the application using the test cases. Okay, the fifth step is you're actually testing the application. You're actually testing the application. Okay, you're actually testing the application. Now to test the application, what do you want? You want the application to be ready. You want the application to be ready. When will the application be ready, guys? When will be the application will be ready? When the application is ready, please tell me after which phase the application is ready. After phase. Okay, name the phase. Don't tell me fourth phase, fifth phase, second phase. Coding phase. After the coding phase, okay, you have the application ready. Okay, after the coding phase, the application is ready. You see, okay, let me draw the diagram here. Okay, let me draw the diagram here. Okay, so okay, so okay, so you got the BRS document. Okay, BRS document. Okay, once the diagram is there, it becomes easy. Okay, it might consume some time, but it will be absolutely clear in your mind. Then you have the SRS, then you have the SRS document. Okay, okay, this is done typically by a business analyst. Okay, this is done by whom? This is done by whom? Business system analyst. Now we can break this into 2 things. Okay, we can break this into 2 things. The things start parallelly here. Okay, so okay, so here the developers, okay, this is the development team, this is the development team who go into the, okay, who go into which phase is it? Which phase is it, guys? Which phase is it? Design phase. Design phase means you have the pseudocode ready. Okay, you have the pseudocode ready, UML document. Okay, high level design, low level design, and pseudocode. I'll call it as a design phase. I'll call it as a design. Okay, design phase where the pseudocode is ready. The pseudo PSE. What is the spelling of pseudo, guys? PSEDUE, is it? Can somebody please spell it to me?
PSEUDO.
Wonderful, thank you. Pseudocode is ready on the design phase. Okay, on the design phase. Now with this, the next step is what? The next step is the actual coding phase. So the actual code will be ready. Here it is the coding phase. Here is the coding phase. Okay, where the actual code is ready. Okay, coding phase. Okay, where the actual code is ready. Okay, source code. When I said actual code, source code is ready here. Okay, source code is ready. Okay, so this is what, this is the initial phase or requirement gathering phase. Okay, requirement gathering phase where the BRS document is there. Okay, requirement gathering phase. Okay, where the source code, where the BRS document is created, taken care, and this is the analysis phase. Okay, so these are the phases I've discussed, guys, so far. First phase, requirement gathering phase, analysis phase, design phase, coding phase. Okay, now parallelly, after the SRS is done, what the testers will do? They will try to understand the BRS. Okay, understand the requirements. Okay, let's use the small letters here. Okay, first step is understand the requirements. Okay, second step is, this is all part of the testing phase. Okay, then clarify the doubts. Okay, or raise RCN. Okay, then third phase is, okay, all the doubts are clarified. Okay, now write test cases. we have discussed so far. Okay, fifth one, okay, so fifth one is what is the fifth one? Execute the test cases or start testing, okay, the application using the test cases. Okay, but that can happen after the coding phase, which there is a dependency, so these four, whatever the activities which is part of the testing phase, okay, can happen parallelly while the design phase is going on, while the coding phase is going on. Parallelly, as a performance tester, we will be working on it. Please ignore the spelling mistakes. You see doubts, it is written something, okay, please ignore those kind of spelling mistakes, guys. I'm very bad with spelling. Try to understand the essence of the class, okay. Don't concentrate on these small spelling mistakes and all that, okay. Now these things are happening parallelly. From the testing, the development team will be working on these two phases. The testing team will be, all these 5 steps is a part of the testing phase only. All these 5 steps is a part of the testing phase only. Okay, so testing phase only, but some of the things are happening parallelly with the design phase and the coding phase, and some of the activities of this testing phase is happening after the coding phase is done, because you want to have the source code. Only if you have the source code, you have the application. Only once you have the application, you can start testing the application. Are we clear, guys? Are we absolutely clear with this one? All of you? Now you got the picture exactly what will be happening in the real world. Okay, Kumar sir, oh, we are starting the testing the application using the test cases. Kumar sir, still I don't understand the test case. Don't worry about it. Okay, for now just understand that test case is something with which you actually test the application. How to test the application, what to test the application will be there in the test case. So basically when you're executing the test cases or running these test cases, or actually doing the test cases, you are actually starting the you are actually testing the application. That much you understand. Okay, now I will start introduce a word called build. Okay, I'll introduce a word called build. Okay, don't get overwhelmed here. There are two things that we need to understand. Okay, there is one thing which we have to understand, which is the test cases, which I will explain by the end of the class. But right now, to explain the process, okay, or take it further, okay, I need to understand, I need to explain something called build. Okay, so let's start understanding. Okay, so now what is happening in the coding phase? Yeah, whatever the Java program. Okay, I'll go back to the notepad. Okay, what is happening in the coding phase? Yeah, Java programming language is selected, then they start writing the code. Okay, so on the line 1 they have written some code, line 2 they have written some code, line 3 they have written some code. Like this, they have written some code. Okay, so developer 1, 2, 3, 4, how many developers are there? They have written their code and merged all the code together, and they are calling it as a source code. Okay, so all the code has been merged and they are calling it as a source code. Okay, so are you okay so far? Okay, there are four different developers. Each developer have written the code in Java. Okay, so all those Java code, how does it look like? I'm going to show you. Okay, how the Java code looks like. Okay, sample Java code. Okay. Okay, how does it look like? Okay, something like this. Okay, Kumar sir, it is very difficult. Oh my god, this is little tricky. Don't try to understand. Obviously you're not expected to, as a tester, you're not expected to understand this. So this is a piece of code. Developer 1 has written, developer 2 has written some other code like this, developer 3 has written some code like this. Okay, some like this code is been written by different developers. You put together all the code together. Okay, now the source code is ready. This is what we call it as build one. Okay, but is this what really a build one? No, there is something called, there are few more steps that you will go through before you call it as a build, but let's not get into all that. Okay, on the high level, in the layman's language, let's try to understand. Okay, so you have to compile it, you have to do certain process, then your whole source code and build is ready. But let's not getting into these terms like compiling and all that. For now, just try to understand that all the developers have developed their pieces of code, they have put together and they're calling it as build one. Okay, if you wanted to understand more about build one, okay, Jay Krishna, the diagram, this diagram you are talking about, Jay Krishna, sorry, this diagram you are talking about, Jay Krishna. Okay, yeah. Take a screenshot. Okay, I'm showcasing it to you now. Take a screenshot so that you can look at it at any number of times. Okay, screenshot can be taken like this. You go to the snipping tool. Okay, you say new and then take a screenshot and you will have the screenshot for yourself. Okay. Wonderful. Okay, so all the people have put together their source code. We call it as build one. So Kumar sir, why calling it as a one? Okay, build means they have built everything together. Okay, so all the source coded together and they've built it, they've compiled it, and they've put the code together and they build it. So they are calling it as a build. Wonderful. Okay, but why they give the number one, I'll tell you. Okay, but for now, in a layman's language, you can understand that different developers have different written their own codes. You have merged all the source code together and you are calling it as a build because they have built together. Okay, they have built it. Okay, so we are calling it as one. Okay, someone post it in the group, please. Okay, Shirin, you can take the screenshot. Okay, fine. They're calling it as a build one. So this is the March phase or June, July, right? This is what June. Okay, this is what June. By June you want to complete the coding phase, right? That's what we discussed, right? June 1st, yeah, coding phase is done. Okay, so by June 1st the things are done now. Okay, June 1st. Wonderful. Okay, now by June 1st you will have the build one. Okay, what do we have? Build one. Now this build one is nothing but the application. Now the testing field, okay, the testing team will be given this build one, or in the testing environment the build will be deployed. Okay, but again I've used two words here. Okay, in the testing environment, okay, this build is deployed. Okay, don't worry about all this. Okay, as we proceed further, maybe on 8th or 9th class, I'll tell you about the environments and what is this test environment, and deployed at some point of time I will cover. Okay, those are too techy right now, you need not have to understand. Okay, what I am trying to tell you right now is okay, they have created the build and they made it available for the testing team so that they can start testing it. Okay, they have created the source code is ready in the form of build one. They have given it to the testing team so that the testing team can start testing the application. The testing team can start testing the application. Okay, the testing team can start testing the application. Okay, now okay, so what will happen? The testing team is testing the application. Now what is the possibility, or what will happen, guys? What will happen now? The testing team is started testing the application. What will happen once you start testing it? Can somebody tell me? What is there? What are the chances of happening? Gauri, wonderful. You will start finding the defects. Already I've explained what are the defects or bugs. Okay, if you want to call it as bugs also, you're fine. But generally developers use the word bug, testers use the word defect. Okay, so we'll be start finding the defects. Okay, so now you tell me, okay, Mr. Eisel has found the defect. Okay, has found the defect. Okay, so okay, so what Eisel will be telling? Okay, so he will be going, his colleague is what, Jagdish. Okay, he'll be going to Jagdish and say, hey Jagdish, today I found the defect. Yeah, is that what he will tell, or what is he supposed to do now? Eisel has found, Eisel is one of the tester. Build one is released. He started executing his test cases, or he started testing the application. Okay, he found a defect or a bug. Now what will Eisel do? He will be going to all the testers. Vinu is a tester, Jagdish is a tester, Divya is a tester. He will be going to each one of them and say, hey, I found the defect, I found the defect. Is it what he will do, guys? Okay, Monica says send it to the developer. Okay, he should inform the developer. Okay, take the screenshot. Okay, wonderful, Eisel. Jagdish is saying finding the bug, he needs to send the report. That's what Jagdish says. Jagdish looks like he took the classes. Log the defect in the defect log system. Wonderful, Shubhangini. Okay, so looks like there are a lot of people who have taken the testing course. Okay, wonderful. Okay, superb. Now there are he cannot do two things. One is Eisel says, oh, I found the defect. He can start going discussing about this and think that this is an achievement and then start talking about to each and every people. He cannot do that. Okay, obviously, for obvious reasons. Second thing is, he cannot put it in his mind and then start smiling that, oh my God, today I found a bug, I am so happy. No, he cannot do that. Okay, so most of the people say that inform the developer. Okay, inform the developer means now our developer is Swati Achanta. Okay, now Aizal has found the defect, right? Aizal, am I pronouncing your name right, Aizal? Is he ZHIL? Is that how I pronounce it? Aizal, EZHIL? Can you please tell me? No? Sorry. Then how do I pronounce it? Unmute yourself. Ihal, Ihil, Izil, Zil. I mean, sorry. How do I pronounce it? You don't have the mic? Okay. My audio is not working. So I will continue to say Aizal. Okay. Please excuse me if that is not the right way of pronouncing. Okay. So, okay. Wonderful, Aizal. Thank you. So our Swati Achenta is the developer. Now Aizal will go and whisper in Swati's ears, oh, I found the defect. This is your module, module 1. You see, I am the assigned tester for this module and I found the defect and this is the defect. Is this what Aizal is supposed to say? Please tell me. No. Jay Krishna says no. I want to hear from all the 49 members, guys. I want to hear from all the 49 members. Oh my God, I'm getting a lot of calls. Okay. Yeah. No. Okay. He will write the defect, or he will document the defect. Can I say document the defect? Or he will write this defect in a document. Okay. Okay. So we can call it as a defect profile. He will create a defect profile. Okay. So he will document the defect in where? In the defect profile. In the defect profile. Okay. Profile is the document. Okay. Profile. So he needs to document. He cannot go whisper in a developer's ears. That is not possible. That is not right as well. Okay. You need to track the document. You need to track the defects, right? What happened to it? You cannot just whisper and talk about it and forget. That's not the case. You write it, you document it in the defect profile so that your managers will be tracking it. Okay, is this defect taken care or not? You need to track that defect. So you cannot just whisper or talk about it in the meetings and forget it. No, Aizal needs to document the defect in the defect
Sir,
profile.
screen is
Yeah,
not clear, sir.
screen is not clear. Okay, should I zoom out? Is it clear now? Is it clear now?
Yes, yes. Little bit, sir.
Bit. Okay. Is it okay, guys? Others, are you able to see the screen? Wonderful. Others, okay.
Yes,
So,
sir, yes.
okay, where did I write the document? The defects needs to be documented. That is gone. Oh, it is gone. Okay, fine, not an issue. I will write it again. The defect needs to be documented or needs to be written down. Okay, written down or documented. Okay, documented in the defect profile. Defect profile. Okay, in the defect profile. Wonderful. Okay, superb. Okay, the 7th step is done. So Aizal is the only tester who will find the defects? No, there are other testers with him as well, right? Aruna is a tester. Okay, Radhika Reddy is a tester. Abhishek is also tester. They will be finding the defects as well in their modules. Okay, and they will be also putting all the defects in this defect profile. They will be maintaining one document. All the all the testers will be putting all the defects into the defect document. This is how the testing happens. Okay, now I don't have the space here. Let me see if I can
Sir,
enlarge.
little bit zoom out the screen.
Sorry guys, sorry.
Yeah. Okay, sir. That's sir. This screen are good.
This is good, huh? This is good.
No, sir. No, sir. Little bit zoom out.
Only 100 and 200 is there. You see, this is okay. Fine. Now.
No, sir. 100 are good.
100 is okay, or
Yeah,
200?
100, sir.
Okay. Is it okay for all of them?
Yeah, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
This is good.
This is good. Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay. So the defects needs to be written down because people cannot forget. People, so much money is spent. You cannot just put it in your brains and forget it. So it needs to be documented or it needs to be written down, and it is written down in the defect profile. Okay. Now what happens? Eighth step, the defect profile. Okay, the defect profile where all the defects are there. As a testing team, you will be putting with yourself, or you wanted to send it to somebody. You wanted to put all these defects with yourself, or you wanted to send it and inform somebody. Okay, I'm asking you, send it to
inform somebody.
Okay, you
We need
wanted
to
to send.
inform the developer team.
Wonderful. You need to inform the development team. Okay, so Kumar sir, how do we send it? There is a process for that. First, the development team will, development lead will take care of it, and he will figure out this defect is there in the module 1. Who is the developer for that? Yeah, Priya is the developer for that. Let me assign it to Priya. Okay, this defect is from module 2. Who is the developer for that? Jay Prakash is the developer for that. Let me assign. So that is a different process. We will not talk about that. That will be overwhelming. When we talk about the defect life cycle, I'll talk about that. But for now, just understand that it will be sent to the development team. Okay, the development team will sit on it. When I said sit on it, means simply they will be doing puja by taking this, or they will do something about this after looking at all the defects.
They will rectify.
Yeah, they will try to rectify the defects.
They will try to. Let's talk the software language, IT language. Fix the defects. Fixing is the word. Once you say rectify, these people will be thinking in the interviews, oh, this guy may be from non-IT. Okay, so first thing you have to start understanding is the jargon, IT jargon. In IT jargon, people usually use fix the defect. Fix the defect means rectify the defect. Okay, rectify the defect. Wonderful, guys. Okay, now this build one is there. Now they took the build one, they start rectifying, means they need to change the code, or the code will be same. I'm just asking. This build one is there, the defects came, they have to rectify the defect, so they will be using the source code of build one. So while they're rectifying, this source code will change, or it will be same? Change one, it
Change.
will be same two.
It will change.
Okay, it will change.
You change the
One
code,
is
sir.
change. It will change, na? Then build one will become what? Build one will become what? Build two. Are you understanding why we call this as build one and this is build two? Are we clear, guys? All of you. Okay. So now the build one will become the build two. Okay. All of you clear? Build one has become build two. Okay. Superb. Okay. Superb. So now the testers will, they have two options now, the testers. Okay. The development team is a very smart team. They have fixed the defects. They have come out with the new source code. I think they have done a good job. Okay, we can simply say that now all the defects are taken care of. That is option one. Option two is no, I am a tester. Quality of the product is my responsibility. After this went into production or people started using it, they are not happy with the quality. I will be blamed for this, not the developer. Because who is the owner of the quality? Testing team is the owner of the quality. If the product is bystander, not up to the mark or substandard, the testing team will be blamed for that. So the testing team now has two options. Yeah, the developing team would have done good. I spoke to them. They're very smart people. I'll not retest it. Okay, I will not check with my own eyes. That is option one. Option two is no, quality is my motive. I am responsible for quality. They said they have fixed it, but I wanted to test it again and see with my own eyes that the problem is being taken care of, the issue is rectified, or the code is fixed. Okay, option one or option two?
Sir,
Okay,
can you please repeat the answer?
okay,
Two.
somebody has asked me to repeat. Option one is, okay, you believe the developers, and you say that okay, they have done a good job, I need not have to retest it. Option two is, the developers may be good, but I will retest it, see it with my own eyes, the problem is taken care of. Option two. So option one or option two?
Two, sir.
Two. Okay, you need to retest it. Okay, that is the 10th step. Okay, retest it. Now 11th step. Okay, 11th step is, okay, now 11th step is, okay, if there are defects, if there are more defects, then the cycle will continue. What cycle will continue? Okay, you send it to the developers, you create the defect profile, send it to the developers, developer will fix it, and they will create the build 3. Okay, and then you will retest it again, and then this will continue until all the defects are fixed. And this build 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like this, the new builds coming, okay, until all the defects are been taken care of. All the defects have been taken care of. All the defects have been taken care of. Okay, so let's say the build 10 is the last build. Build 10 is the last build where there are, let's, in ideal world, there are no defects. Okay, I'm talking about the ideal world. Generally there will be a defects which we will say that, okay, these defects are very small defects, we will allow it. Okay, let's not, the deadlines, we have reached the deadlines, we cannot stretch the project anymore, so let these defects be there. Let's make it available to the end customer. Usually that's what happens. Okay, but let's talk about an ideal case where there are no defects. Then this is your final build. This is what is pushed into production, or in other words, this is what is made available to the end user. This is made available to the end user. Let's say this is for the Facebook that you are testing, so this will be available to the end customer, the Facebook customer. Now on your mobile you can download the Facebook, and then this particular code will be downloaded, or you will be using this code, because all the defects have been fixed. Are we clear, guys? Are we clear, all of you? Okay, are we clear, all of you? Okay, now every phase has a proof, sir. Okay, requirement gathering phase, there is an outcome, there is a proof that DRS document is there. Analysis phase, there is a proof SRS document is there. Then what is the third phase, guys? What is the third phase? Okay, then design phase is there. What is the outcome? Technical design document is there. Then you have a coding phase. What is, sorry, what was this? Yeah, technical design. There is a coding phase. What is the outcome? The actual source code. There's a testing phase. What is the proof, or what is the outcome of this? What is the outcome? Every phase as an output, the outcome or the proof. What is the outcome of this phase? We'll just say the final build. There is no particular name, Kavita, or at least that I'm not aware of it. Okay, Aruna says the defect-free product is the outcome of this. Yes, the quality product, the defect-free product is the outcome of this particular phase. Okay, so the defect, what is the outcome of this, or what is the proof of this particular phase? Okay, quality defect-free product or application. Understood, guys? Understood, all of you? All of you? Is this absolutely clear? Now you go to you become a tester. What do you do? What happens? Are you absolutely clear with this, guys? Where you stand in this overall SDLC? Okay, overall you are hired. You start doing this work. You don't even know that there was a requirement gathering phase. You might not be involved. Don't even know that there was an analysis phase. Suddenly your manager, you are on bench. You will be taken into the project, and they say that this is the BRS document, SRS document. Start understanding, and if you have any doubts, raise the RCN. Then the doubts will be cleared. Then you start writing the test cases. But you don't even know that parallelly the development team has doing certain work, which is the design phase and the coding phase. You might not know that. You might not be even talking to them. Okay, but that doesn't mean that that is not happening. That is happening parallelly. And then suddenly they say that, oh, build is ready, build is ready, build is ready. Okay, which means that the source code is ready. Okay, then you start testing the application and you start finding the defects. You will be documenting it in the defect profile or writing all the defects together. Then your test lead will send all these defects to the development team. They will fix it. Then they say that the new build is ready, the new build is ready, the new build is ready. Okay, which means that the build 2 is ready. Okay, then you will again retest it. Then again you get the defects. Again you send the defect profile to the developer. Again they will fix it. Again they say that, oh, the new build is ready, or the latest build is ready. It will be ready tomorrow morning. Please come on time and start executing the test cases. That's what your manager will tell. Then the next morning you will go and start executing the retesting it or testing the test cases. And finally, at some point there will be completely defect free. Then you say that, oh, the testing is done. Now we have a defect product. We can close the testing cycle. We are all happy. Then everything is good. Okay, this is what happens. Okay, are we clear, guys? Absolutely clear what happens once you become a manual tester, what happens in the actual in the IT company. Are we clear, all of you? Okay, so this is what is happens. So Kumar sir, wonderful. Okay, superb. Now the process you went through, but there was a question called a test case. What is a test case? At least give a formal definition for this, because as a tester, the first thing I need to know is what is a test case. Again, I'm telling you, we spoke about so many things in the last 5 days. Okay, but what is most important for the tester is at least understand what is a test case. Okay, I'll give you a formal definition. If you want to by heart it, mug it up, you can mug it up and then talk about in the interview, but make it look like you haven't mugged it up. Okay, at least do that when you go to the interviews. Okay, I'll give you the formal definition. Okay, test case is an idea, okay, of the test engineer. Okay, you are the test engineer. Who is the test engineer? You are the test engineer. Okay, to test something, okay, of an application based on the requirements. Okay, I will drag it so that you will see the entire definition in one line. Requirements. Again, please ignore the spelling mistakes, guys. I'm very bad at spelling mistakes. Okay, let me put this in the notepad. Okay, at least once I copy paste this, you will be able to see this. Again, I'm going through it, guys. Test case. Okay, test case is an idea of the test engineer. Okay, to test what? To test the application. Okay, and how do you test the application? Based on the requirements. Okay, whether you call it as a BRS or SRS, I don't care, but based on the requirements, you want to test the application. Okay, it is an idea. Test case is an idea of whom? Of the test engineer, to test something of the application, not the whole application, but a part of the application or a small portion of the application. Okay, and how you are testing it? Based on the requirements. We know that any testing happens based on the requirements. Okay, so the test engineer, who will test it? The test engineer. Whose idea is it? The test engineer's idea. Okay, and what you are testing? You are testing a small portion of the application. Okay, so this is what is a, you can call it as a formal definition. Test case is an idea of the test engineer to test something of an application based on the requirement. Okay, Kumar sir, the definition is superb, but I didn't understand a piece of it. Okay, trust me, nothing I understood. Okay, now I need to actually showcase what a test case looks like, so that you will be able to understand the what a test case is. Okay, okay, let's take a small SRS requirement. Okay, so valid users, okay, can log into the application. Okay, this is a small requirement that we have. Now let me write the test cases for that, so that you understand what is a test case. Valid users can log into the application. Now the test case 1, TC1. Okay, test case 1. Okay, the test case 1, what you are writing it for? The SRS1. Let's say this is the first requirement. Okay, SRS naming convention will be there. Okay, so LG, let's say this is for log, and this is 001. Okay, then test case is written for which one? For which which requirement? This is the requirement. Okay, you can write the whole thing, or you can, for this requirement, the name is given, okay, which is SRS or LG001. People might get confused. The name of it is SRS001. Okay, so you started writing the test case called TC001. For which test case you are writing? SRS001. Okay, so this test case is okay. Go to the home page. Step 1. Okay, step 1 of your test case. Okay, step 1 of your test case. What you are saying? Go to the home page. Okay, let's say this is a Facebook application, or I have an application. Okay, let me showcase that application to you. Okay, or for now, let's not talk about it. Let's not deviate from it. Okay, go to the home page. Okay, let's say this is a Gmail application you are testing. Okay, so www.gmail.com. That is the home page. Step 2. Okay, step 2 of your test case. What you will do? Enter valid username. Enter valid username and valid password. Okay, enter valid username and valid password on the home page, where you are entering on the home page, where it will ask for the username and password. Then step 3, okay, enter the login button. Okay, enter the login button. Okay, enter the login button. Okay, wonderful. Okay, now step 4. Okay, step 4, login pages. This is home page, no? You're calling this as a home page. Okay, your dashboard is displayed. Okay, dashboard is the main page. Okay, dashboard is displayed. Okay, these are the 4 steps. Okay, so actually this is not the step 4, this is the outcome of the test case. Okay, so what you are supposed to see. Okay, so let me bring out the template. Just give me one moment, guys. Just give me one moment. There should be some test case templates that I have. Let me open the test case templates. Just give me one moment. Okay, where is that manual testing handouts? Okay, manual testing. There should be some test cases here. Manual testing help book. Okay, manual testing class. Okay, there should be some requirement document, user manual, requirement template is there. Okay, acceptance test plan. Where is that? Hang on, guys. Hang on. Where is this? Hang on. I've put it at multiple places and then this becomes tricky. Hang on. Just give me one moment, okay? Just give me one moment. Courses, automation. Where did I write it? I've put it somewhere, then it has to be here. Can you see something called test cases or sample test cases or something like that? Acceptance and collect integration test plan, requirement template, transfer document, unit test place. I'm looking for this document, or let's search online, guys. You know, sample test plan document. Okay, sample test case template. Okay. Okay, so something like this. This looks like good to me. Okay. Template. It is asking me to download it. Okay, so the precondition is there, test steps is there, test data is there, expected results is there. Okay, wonderful. Okay, so precondition, test case, precondition. I'll talk about this when I go in detail about the test case. Okay, so for now, okay, you can study this, but again, maybe on
Is
class.
it in your same folder, test case materials? We can see that one in your folder.
Test case material, where is that?
One step back.
Okay, here.
Second one from the top.
It could be, I don't know. Okay, this is just an ideas, you know. I'll send this document to you, like, you know, if you're testing something, how it should be. That's not what it is. I'm looking for a proper template. Anyways, if I start getting into it, this will be a deviation. Once I get to the chapter called test cases, okay, I'll spend 1 to 2 days on this just to understand this template, and you know, I'll make you write a couple of test cases or 2 to 3 test cases, then you will understand this. But on the high level, just to understand what is a test case, okay, dashboard is this is an expected result. Okay, so this is what expected result. Okay, so okay, so this is how a test case looks like, guys, on the high level. Yes, this is not the proper test case. This is what a proper test case is. When the test case is come, I mean, when the chapter comes, okay, not right now, probably 5 sessions from now, 6 sessions from now, I will start talking about the test cases and I will make you write test cases. But right now, just that you don't understand this definition well, okay, I have written a simple test case for a login functionality so that you understand how to write the test cases. There should be a test case name, what are the steps that you have to do, and what is the expected results. And there are other things as well. As you see, there is a precondition, there is test scenario, okay, there is a test data and all that. There are other things as well, but just that you understand, okay, you know, this is how a test case looks like. Okay, now Kumar sir, I am going through. Okay, Sayali has written this. Okay, Rajendra is saying that Sayali has written this, but I am executing this test case. I understand that the test case number is TC001. This is for the requirement SRS001. I have read the SRS001, which is valid users can log into the application. Now clearly I went and executed the first step. I went to the home page. How? By typing www.gmail.com. Then I have entered the valid username password is what it says. Sayali wrote that enter the valid username and valid password. Can you tell me what is the valid username password? Because nowhere in this test case, nobody has told me what is a valid username password, because Sayali has written the test case and I am executing the test case. Is that a valid question or not, guys? Is that a valid question or not? Is it clear? Okay, no, then the Sayali has to write one more thing called test data. Okay, and she has to say that the valid data is sayali001@gmail.com. Okay, and the password for this is the username. Okay, this is the username. Okay, this is the username, and the password is and the password is okay, and the password is whatever the password. Okay, Sayali test. Okay, Sayali tester is the password. Okay, so now Rajendra is executing the test case. He will go through it and they say enter the valid username and password. Then he will come to this. Okay, hang on guys, he will come to this. Oh, test data is there. Oh, now I know what is the valid username. This is the valid username, this is the valid password. Let me enter it to it. Now what is the third step? He will say enter the login button. So Rajendra will press on the login button and now he will say that dashboard is displayed. If the dashboard is displayed, okay, actual result. Okay, actual result. Now the test case is executed, and what test case is executed by Rajendra, and what Rajendra will write? What Rajendra will write? If he sees the dashboard is displayed, then he will say dashboard is displayed. Dashboard is displayed. Board BOARD dashboard is displayed. Okay. Then tell me if this test case is passed or failed. Tell me if this test case is passed or failed. Please tell me if this test case is passed or failed. Yes, the expected result and the actual result are same. Okay, expected result is written by whom? Sayali. Okay, what did she say? Right, dashboard is displayed. After 1 month or after 15 days, Rajendra is executing, taken this test case. Sometimes Sayali might be executing the test case, or sometimes Rajendra, who is our colleague, will be executing the test case. Not always the person who have written the test case will be executing the test case. So Rajendra, who is the tester, will be executing this test case. He executed the first step, which is the going to the home page. He executed the second step, which is enter the valid username and password. He got confused. Then he figured out in the test data that both the username password is there. So he entered the username and password. Then he clicked on the login button. Then the dashboard is displayed. But what is the expected result? The dashboard should be displayed. But what is the actual result? Yes, the dashboard is displayed. Then he will say that yes, the test case has passed. The test case has passed. Okay, now the test case has passed. Test case has passed. Wonderful. Okay, but most of the time the person who have written the test case will execute the test case. So Sayali, who has written this test case, will be executing the test case as well. Okay, will be executing the test case as well. But you go back to the picture. So when she will be writing the test cases? While the design phase and coding phase is happening. When she will be, Sayali will be executing the test case after the build one is released, after the build one is released, or after the build one is created. Okay, after the build one is created. Are we clear, guys? Are we clear? But what happened here? Sayali has entered the login button. Dashboard has not been displayed, but an error is displayed. What does it say? Username or password is incorrect. This is what is displayed. Okay, what is displayed? Sayali will think that, oh, we have entered the right username, we have entered the right password, but still you're getting this error message saying that username or password is incorrect. But what is expected? Dashboard should be displayed, but what we have come, error is displayed. Now what happens to the test case? Is it a pass or a fail? Is it a pass or a fail? The test case is failed. When there is a test case is failed, defect needs to be raised. Okay, where? In the defect profile document. Okay, are we clear, guys? Kumar sir, you're going too fast. A lot of things are there. Don't worry, all these things will be explained in detail, one by one, step by step, but I am going through an overview. Okay, again I'm telling you, a lot of people who are getting confused, don't worry about it. Okay, don't worry about all this. Okay, I will explain what a test case is, what a defect is. I'll write some test cases with you. I'll make sure that you execute the test cases, and then I'll make sure that you raise the defect in the defect profile document. Don't worry about it. I'm just going through the process as to how a test case will look like and all that. So forget about all this defect, fail, test case, pass test case, but at least understand what a test case. Did you understand what a test case is? Okay, because all this process that I've spoken about, don't worry about it. At later point of time I will discuss, but at least what is a test case you have understood? At least what is a test case you have understood? Okay, all of you, because I was defining what a test case, I want you to understand how a test case should look like. So I've given a test case, but in detail we will write some good test cases. Okay, and make sure all of you understand all the test cases. Okay, out of 41 students who is attending now, are we clear what a test case is? Because without this you understanding, you are not called as a manual tester. I'm telling you, if you don't know what is a test case, then you're not a manual tester. I'm not asking you, can you write a test case, or I want you to write a test case. No, at least what a test case should, or what a test case is look like, at least you understand that part. That's what I'm asking. What a test case is and what a test case should look like. Wonderful, Syed. I like that language. When you said absolutely, that's what I wanted to hear. Okay, as a tester, as sorry, as not as a tester, as a trainer, those kind of things, makes me happy. So that is what is important. Okay, so beautiful, guys. So you see, okay, when do you write the test cases? While the design and coding phase is going on, you write this kind of test cases. Okay, but when do you execute the test cases? Okay, after the coding phase is done and the build is ready, then you start executing the test cases. Between these two things, there could be 1 month gap. Okay, you might be writing, let's say, 500 test cases. Okay, so during this coding phase and all this happening, you will be writing maybe 300, 400, 500 test cases, and you need 1 month to write 300, 400 test cases. When the build is ready, you will be start executing all those 300, 400 test cases. So it's not necessary that you return the test case today and today you are executing the test case. No, in March, April, you are writing the test cases. After June 1st, you might be executing the test cases. Okay, are you clear, guys? Are you clear? Okay, so March 15th, April, you got SRS, so you start writing the test cases. Okay, then June 1st the build is ready, so June 2nd or 3rd you will be executing those test cases. Okay, not on the same day you write the test cases, on the same day you execute the test cases. That's not what is happening. Okay, so there could be 1 month gap, 2 month gap between writing the test cases and executing the test cases. Second question is, okay, you have written the test cases. Okay, it is necessary that you have to execute the test cases. One is yes, two is no. Is it absolutely necessary that you have to execute the test cases? Okay, one is yes, two is no. You have written the test cases. Okay, it is absolutely necessary that you have to execute the test cases. One is yes, two is no. Okay, again I'm telling you, okay, you are writing the test cases, the more chances are you might be executing it. There's a 90% chance that you might be executing it, but you left the organization, because for this to happen, there's 1 month gap. In that time you have left the organization, somebody else might be executing it as well, or your lead has put you into another project or moved you into another project, or you fall sick, or you've broken a limb, or something happened in your family and you took 1 month leave or 15 days leave. So somebody might be executing the test cases as well. That is the reason why the test case that you have written should be absolutely clear that somebody else is looking at it without using their brain. They should be able to execute the test cases. They need to understand what is the expected result. They will see with their eyes what is the actual result, and they can tell if the test case is a pass or a fail. If it is a pass, it is a good. Fail, there is a defect. Okay, not necessary that you have written the test cases, you have to execute the test cases. Now some other tester can do it as well in special circumstances. As I've told you, what are the special circumstances? You are getting married, somebody in your family, something happened, or you have changed the company, something, so many things can happen in the real world. So somebody else can test it as well. Okay, on that note, we will close today's session. I'm sure we are going through the SDLC, but there's so many things I'm sure you would have learned in this 4 to 5 days. And I believe you start getting that confidence that I can be a IT guy. Okay, this is something which I know, which I can handle it. This is not a rocket science. People are going as per the process, not too tough to understand the process. I can be a IT guy. I'm sure you might be getting that confidence. Yep, all of you? Yes, all of you? Are you getting the confidence, guys? I want to hear from all of you. All of you. Yeah? Start
Yes,
feeling,
yes.
I mean, starting feeling like, yeah,
Sir,
I know what happens in IT. What's the big deal? I can do it. Are you getting that feeling? Okay. Somebody, somebody is speaking. Somebody is unmuted and they're speaking. Please mute yourself.
అంతేగాని ₹100 ఎట్లా ఇస్తాను
Okay. Somebody is
వాడు
traveling and they're
అవలాగా
telling. Okay, I am done with the class, guys. I have a couple of calls to take. Okay, the video will be out tomorrow. We will meet at the same time. We will complete the SDLC tomorrow and start with the other things, which is the testing methodologies, black box, white box, and gray box, and levels of testing. We'll do it the next day. Okay, thank you, guys. Take care. Bye bye. I'll stop the recording and
Thank
close
you,
the
sir.
meeting.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, please post
Thank you,
on that
sir.
Facebook.
Bye. Good night,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you, sir.